So if you haven't seen my most recent video, I shared a pretty big life update. The long story short is I am taking a step away from most of my freelance work because I got a full-time job at a production company as their in-house DP, which is super exciting, and I have been there already for a couple weeks and I'm loving it. But that kind of puts me in a predicament as someone who has spent the last 2 years accumulating enough gear to operate as an independent production company. I'm kind of in this place now where I'm trying to decide, what do I do with all that gear? Do I keep it? Do I sell it? What do I do with it? A quick rundown of the gear that I have. I'll put a full list in the description, but a quick rundown is Sony FX6, Sony FX3, a whole bunch of Sigma lenses from zooms and a full set of primes, a whole bunch of aperture lighting, including the 700X, 400X, 300C, f22X, some tubes, a bunch of stands and C-stands and light stands and grip and boom arms and diffusion and negative fill, whole bunch of stuff. Little mini audio kit. Again, the full list will be in the description, but it puts me in this place where the production company I work for now owns pretty much all of that gear plus some extra things. And now my gear, for the most part, is probably going to sit at home until I want to use it on passion projects in whatever capacity, or whatever freelance projects I can kind of fit in outside of the full-time job. So obviously I don't want to just immediately sell everything, because then I have to borrow from the company if they allow me to do that to shoot anything. Or I have to rent stuff for projects, and I want to still have, I love to create, and it's not just work to me, it is my passion as well. And so I don't want to just sell everything and not be able to make stuff that I want to make with my own gear, if that makes sense. So yeah, this is kind of just a video for me to ramble and share my current thoughts and where I'm at with it, and essentially prompt you to share your thoughts on what you think could be best, what you have found to be valuable if you're in a similar situation, or putting yourself in my shoes as someone stepping into a full-time job. But I'm just basically looking to figure out what is going to be best for me, and what I kind of could/should do with all my gear. A quick rundown of where I'm at with some stuff. I'm probably going to keep my FX6. I want to still have a cinema camera that I can use to shoot passion projects, which would mostly include short films or any length of narrative projects. I'm connected with a few directors that hopefully will be doing some cool projects over the course of this year, and I want to still have a dedicated cinema camera for that. I'm actually probably looking at selling my FX3. The reason why is I want to be able to have more of a dedicated photography camera, and so I will likely be selling my FX3 and buying an A7 IV. That way I've got 90% of the video features covered that the FX3 does, but then considerably upgrading my photo capabilities. So that's more of a sidestep in terms of like what I have. I'm not just selling my FX3 and just keeping my FX6. And then lighting is kind of the biggest thing where I'm confused on what to do. There's a part of me that is thinking, okay, what if I keep all my lighting fixtures, including the big ones, and kind of move forward with my plan before I got the job to start listing everything on ShareGrid and kind of really try and push rentals as another source of income this year. I already know some people and have some buddies that would potentially rent those lights out, and so selling them to me could potentially be, it could be that I rent them twice over the whole year and I would have made more money if I just sold them. But it also could be that I rent them a bunch and I still get to have them and use them, but also other people get to benefit from them and I get the rental income. Do I sell one and keep another for rentals? Which one do I keep? All these things. And then with stands, lighting, grip, all that kind of stuff too. Same thing there. Do I need 4 C-stands plus 3 light stands plus a rolling stand plus crossbars plus a production cart? All this stuff of like, what do I really need? What are the essentials? It's definitely an interesting situation to be in. What I'm really trying to do is optimize my kit and optimize what I own from the perspective of now a higher end DP. So again, in-house DP for the production company. They've got all their own gear. I'm going to manage it and maintain it. That's a separate entity. But now moving forward with my freelance career, I'm essentially trying to cut out most jobs that are single owner operator type jobs and start elevating my work to get more jobs in the terms of me coming in as a DP with at least a small crew to work with. So, again, there's a part of me that's like, I could sell all my lights and just really optimize my camera, maybe buy some really nice lenses, and kind of move myself towards that higher end DP that hires out a gaffer with lighting and grip. But again, I still want to be able to shoot those passion projects, and I'm not going to have any budget to bring in help. And I don't really know a ton of people that own lighting that would be willing to supply it for free for those passion projects. So I'm really trying to ride that balance and find out where that sits in terms of what do I keep for my own passion projects and what do I sell and how do I optimize, again, from a logistical standpoint, from a passion project standpoint, and from a financial business standpoint. This video has absolutely just been me rambling, but if you have any insight on, this kind of place that I'm at with my gear, if you started out as like an owner operator, one-man DP supplying everything, and then you kind of transitioned into, now I just own one really high-end camera, really high-end lenses, and that's all I supply, rent everything else. I would love to hear how that went for you. If you stayed that one-man supplier of camera and lights and grip and just continue to elevate, I would love to hear how that went for you. And again, with the consideration that I now work full-time for a company, and it could be, bare minimum 3, but up to 5 or 10 years before I even consider stepping back into freelance. With that consideration, a lot of this stuff might be obsolete by the time I'm stepping in back into that. So I want to stay relevant, and I want to stay hireable as a freelance DP, so that, on the side or for passion projects or for after this production company, whenever, again, I have no plans to leave, obviously, but just thinking long-term about the future, I want to continue to stay relevant in terms of the equipment I'm able to provide. And so from that standpoint, I'm just looking again for insight, any insight that you might have on what might be the best option for me. So again, considerations are selling gear, keeping gear to rent, somewhere between all of those things. Please feel free to check out the full list of gear and leave comments, leave thoughts below. I would love to hear what you have to say about this. So again, if you want to hear the full story about the production company, how I got hired on, what my future is going to look like there, check out this other video that I put together, kind of just sharing that story. And thank you for watching this. I appreciate your insight. I appreciate your thoughts. And if nothing else, I appreciate you checking out this video. So I'll see you guys in the next one, and hope you have a great day.